All right. Good morning. Morning, Sonny. How's everybody's morning going? It's Wednesday. It is the last day of 2025. For people in other countries, it is currently 2026, just depending on where you're at. I won't see you till next year. That is correct. I feel like there's a lot of those jokes that are going to be going around today. I already saw a couple reels about it this morning. I'll see you next year. Yeah. Yeah. 2025. Coming to an end. We did it. We made it. Okay, does anybody else feel like the last 3 months, maybe even the last 2 months just went, haha, and then we're done? It's like, they went really, really fast. Beginning of the year was, the first like 6-7 months was super slow. And then these last couple have just been like, and it could be, we were definitely way more busy here at the end of the year with events and stuff like that. So that's probably 90% of what it was, but running around doing family things, holidays, book events, stacked a couple of them kind of on top of each other, pretty close. At least a little stacked on top of them compared to what I would have liked, I guess. I like a little bit more lead up time if I can get it. Yeah, just felt like it went super, super fast. I don't know. 2026. Weird. Time is weird. Always get to the end of the year and there's hoopla and everything about changing of the guard here. People do New Year's resolutions. I've never been one to do a lot of that stuff. It is all timey-wimey. Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. Definitely emphasis on the wibbly-wobbly right now. It's interesting to look at it and think back to when I was a kid, think back to my 20s, think back to when the kids were young, little, very, very little. All those different like milestone points in life, and to think about it now, this year has been very like a thinking year for sure. We've reached that time or that point in my life where what I had built for myself as a like personality built is around being parents to my kids and being that whatever that is, that role model, being that solid figure, being that, dependable, all of the things. A lot of that is changing now, and we've talked a bunch about this is kind of why we're doing the podcast, the 500 Little Things podcast episodes. But this year, a couple things have caught me off guard that I thought I had under lock in my head, but I did not. This stuff surprised me, and it was just timey-wimey stuff is what it was. Stuff that I look back and be like, oh, shit, this is a little bit different now. This is a little different feeling, a different setup, a different things I had to do and change and figure out and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's just the current times that we're living in, climate, world event thing, or if it's a combination of all of that hitting at the same time of hitting 40 or going past 40 a little bit here. I don't know. The idea that I always put in my head that like 50 was the halfway point, but like realistically 40 is around the halfway point so I've lived give or take half of my life already. It's weird to think about. It's wild. I don't like it sometimes, and sometimes it's just what I needed to think about, so I don't know. weird. We went off on a bubble this morning, early, which is good. Which is not bad. So for anybody that doesn't know, Wednesdays are my slightly shorter streaming days. I usually stream for about 2 hours on Wednesday. Generally it's shorter because I have to go, my daughter has early release days from school on Wednesdays. But they are currently on break, so technically I could go longer today. But I kind of like being consistent and not breaking some of those. So we're gonna do our 2 hours today, and that'll give me some time to do some chores and stuff later in the afternoon as well. So it's a fairly even trade. That, and I figured it was a good day. I thought about doing like our reveal or our title for our next book, for my next book. On Friday, I thought about doing that, but I was just like, no, Wednesday would be a good day because it's the last day of 2025, which is kind of its own like magical little day in and of itself. And it would just be, and it's a little bit of shorter stream, but it's like, that'd be just about right. It'd give me a chance to work on a little bit of stuff, do that reveal, and then have the rest of the day to do some other things I gotta run around and do. So figured that was a perfect timing. That being said, I did not plan any of this out ahead of time. I'm just winging it at the moment. So I don't know if I should just like get into it or get to it, or if I should play around for a little bit, do some things. I'm not 100% sure. Not sure what I want to do yet. I do want to check. I do want to put out a disclaimer for everybody. If you are joining us for the first time and you haven't been watching over the past few months of all of the pages that I've been putting together for book number 3 in my Stitch Tales series, today will be a little bit of a spoiler. So if you do not want the book title or some of the content to be spoiled, feel free to mute the stream or hide the tab. I would appreciate if you stuck around because it definitely helps provide a little bit of monetary value into the stream and stuff like that. But if you don't want to be spoiled and don't want the temptation of accidentally or purposely seeing what's going to go on here or here, feel free to turn off the stream. I know it's a weird concept. Like most people always tell you, don't turn him, but that's okay. I understand the secrets are exciting, and sometimes you don't want to have those secrets revealed. So I got you. Okay. With that, let me find. Got some face stuff. What do you think, Sunny? Do you think we should mess around with a little bit of stuff for the first hour here on the stream, and then during the second hour, we should bring up the book cover and go from there? Almost feels like a good idea. I do have some like busy work to do. Oops, that's not the right one. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it for a little bit. I might just do that anyways. Okay, let's do I was messing around. I had a little inspiration the other day. Messing around with this face. A couple of them that I want to play with that I'm not 100% thrilled with yet. It's the height one. There we go. That's the one. Let's do... Cool. That's there. We'll do some, like I said, we'll do some background stuff, and then we'll get into the big main event. Ooh, too far. Probably in the second half of our episode here. Okay, it does kind of work. I wasn't sure if this was gonna fly or not. I wanted a little woo face. It kind of works. Feel like it could use a little improvement. Just kind of a little bit more squared. Let's see. That was straight. Oops, not that one. This one. almost works. Did not do what I wanted to. Like that one. This one. There we go. Now it should move. I'm definitely gonna have to mess with this a little bit more. It's not right at all. I can't tell. I think I'm making it worse. That's what I'm doing. Definitely feel like I'm making it worse. Got the little tongue ones. Oh, that's the other thing I don't have on there is the eyelashes. Cause she a lady dog. That's better. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's something about this that just don't work. I thought about just doing a typical, like just roundy one, but I feel like it needs a little bit of the other. Move that out of the way. Nah, maybe we could get away with that type of awoo. It does work. The funny part is that Sora really doesn't do too many awoos. She does some sometimes, but not too many. Let's see. Let's make this wider. Okay, maybe that's better. I was trying to complicate things too much is what I was trying to do. Sometimes simple is better. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I like that better. Got the eyes right. Yeah, comparatively much better. We got a little awoo face. Question is, what are we going to compare this to? Do any of the other characters have something similar? One's more happy. One's sad. I think she gets uniquely a woo face for herself. Let's put this one right there, across from itself. Okay, let's do a couple more here. Take the base. Actually, undo, paste, because I want to make sure these line up here correctly. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's go over here. Let's find the next one is this one. We also need to build this one for patch as well. So if we build a bunch of these ahead of time and try to get like a lot of the basic faces put together, and I call these like basic faces, they're not that basic, but then it makes it much easier to be able to use them for different stuff. Okay, so this one should be able to copy, paste it. Essentially the same. No, everything would need to be. Yeah, let's just flop the whole thing. Transform. It would need to be in there to do this. Reflect. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull that color. Yeah, basically the same idea. We're just copying and pasting a lot of that. Same thing, we should be able to take this, put it here. There we go, send it to the back. Bam. Our little character has a pink nose compared to Buttons who had a black nose. Kind of like Sora has a black nose too. Okay, so we got that one. Got a few others. The question is, do I want to continue to do it this way? I'm gonna do it a different way. Reflect. Okay, let's do that. So So we don't need any of those anymore. I'll save. I have to remember to keep saving my work constantly. Otherwise, Sunny gets mad at me. Transform. Select. What I think I'll do is I'll go through and I'll do all this, and then I'll come back and I'll put the noses on them separate, each one. Select. Okay. Those are all good. Copy, paste. Select. Any more? This one's easy because we don't really have, but we will reflect it just in case. It is slightly different. Same thing here. Busy work. Always busy work. Okay, cool. So we've got all of our secondary characters. Each expressions transferred over. Sweet. Yeah. So now we just gotta go through and make some adjustments here. Let's see, I'll just bring it with me. Copy, because I don't have to do any other copying right now. Okay, there we go. Let's see, is that the color? Seven FB851. 67. I believe that is the color. Okay, we'll try this out and we'll see. I should technically be able to click this. Recent, yes. Okay, cool. That's wrong. Go. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so all of these need noses. Let's see. Okay, yeah. There. Okay, let's do on a roll. Let's go put that notes into. I wish there was a way. Can I go back? Oh, I can. Okay, sweet. I was wondering. I didn't realize there was a menu bar up at the top up here of Illustrator that says Young Expression, which is the layer that I'm in, group, clipping group. So every time that you group an object, you can actually layer them on top of each other inside of a layer. What that looks like is this over here. It's very small for y'all to see, but there's different pathways on top of each other here. So if I go back to group here, it should give me all of these. These are all the layers that are grouped on top of each other. And each one may have its own separate packet with more layers inside of it. So, but I didn't realize at the top here that you can actually jump between them just by pressing on those buttons up there. So look at that, we learned something new today. So like right there, when I double click, it actually goes inside of the group. So I have Young Expressions and then group here. I want to pose, paste the snows, put it where I want, and then back out. I can just click to do it rather than I was doing a whole bunch of like double clicking to get in and out of stuff, and that was annoying. Oh, thank God, that's so much better, faster, stronger. Okay, so why does this have a... That was weird. That should not have that on there. Oh, which means the other one does. Okay. Go across to here. Perfect. Okay. I was wondering why that looked weird. The idea was, and I've talked about this many times before, setting up all of these illustrations like this with the faces and stuff all separated and creating them ahead of time so that I can use them for different projects when the need arises. And kind of making them universal. We're going to have two characters that are based off of the same shape, same kind of base model idea. That's going to be our patch and our buttons characters. So it only made sense that a lot of their facial features and stuff like that would translate across to each other. We might have slight differences. And anytime they go into a page, an illustrated page in one of the books, they always get slight modifications to them. Okay, I think we did it. Look at that. Lots of room for expansion, lots of room for new stuff to pop up. Good. Excellent. Ooh, that one's wrong there. Copy. Go to that. That does not go there. That goes there. Sweet. And we have two sets here. This is kind of my setup for the type of illustrating and stuff that I'm doing. I have the faces for the young characters because we have two different sets here. You can see from our master file. We have our main characters when they're young. So Buttons when he's young he's got these big old eyes. Features are definitely exaggerated. Even like the lines on them are much thicker because the size of them is much smaller. Same thing with Patch. Same thing with Sora. But you can definitely tell that the cats are a little bit lighter in color. We noticed in the photos that we had taken of them when they were younger that you can see like their belly colors and stuff way easier when they're kittens and stuff, so which makes them a little bit lighter color. And as they get bigger, their fur comes in and it fills in a lot of those empty spaces. So that's when their color gets a little darker. The only difference is that Sora is doing the opposite direction. So when we first got her, she was a really dark, heavy, I don't want to say heavy, a really dark coat. And as she's gotten older, her being a husky, her secondary coat, her undercoat, has come in way thicker, and that coat is whiter. So she's lightened up in her colors as she's gotten older. So we got a little difference in how our characters grow older, which is kind of fun. We'll have to explore that in one of our future books too. But because of that, we have one set of young faces and we have another set of older faces. You can see I only have Buttons faces for the older ones done right now. I have not done any of the older faces for either of the other two characters, so we'll get there. Okay, so that was my main thing, was to get that figured out, because that Woo face was bothering me. Set it up beforehand. I'm still not thrilled. So I'd originally done these little, I have to look up and see where my examples are. Where did I put y'all? It's not in references. Where did I? No, it's not there. Oh, there it is. There it is. When I originally made the little sticking out tongue face, yeah, it was okay. I still, it's all right. I don't think it's correct though. And maybe it's the wrong color. Maybe the tongue is the wrong color. I think I went too red. Maybe that's part of the problem. Yeah, I think that might be part of the problem. Yeah, part of the problem is that color is off. Yeah, I don't like... Definitely want to work on these. better. So kind of the idea was to make Sora a little bit more derpy. I don't know if I want to go like super derp here. Like, I don't mind this one. I kind of mind this one. This one does not. Basic smiles. Basic smiles is a little bit different. Where's my example at? There we go. I don't think I can get away with that over here. I mean, it's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. Salutations, Salt and Pepper. Hey, that's Monkey D. Luffy. Hello, Bishak. Good morning. Or good afternoon, depending on time. There looks like she has a mustache. Oh, she's French. Oui. Oh. I feel like it definitely needs a little bit of a change. Might need to be a little bit more blocky. It's not a bad idea. love that one little handlebar right there. There. Why is there a random point out there? Goodbye. That's something. Maybe that's part of the problem. This one. This one needs to go down here to round off the bottom half. This is the one. There we go. Yeah, just slightly different. I almost wonder if I should make... We're just typing an idea together at the moment. Make the lips go past. I'm learning a lot about animal mouths. Cat and dog mouths. Very different. Each have their own unique little things that it can and can't do. We were talking, me and Mrs. Tahoe were talking about this yesterday because our cat Patch, he's 19 years old. He learned pretty young how to open doors. He knows how to, if a door is slightly open and he wants to push it open, he can just nudge his little nose in there and the whole door will move for him. He learned that pretty fast. Sora, it took a little bit of coaxing and teaching her that it's okay to push on that and it's not going to hurt or anything like that. She got that. She figured that one out too. So it's like, okay, cool. But Patch took it one step further when he was younger. He figured out if he wanted to pull a door towards him to open it, he could put his claws into the side of the door, or, extend his claws out and get a little grip on it and then pull, and the door would come towards him, and it wouldn't hurt him or anything like that. He'd be able to go through. We were talking about that last night. We're like, I don't think Sora could do that, could figure that out. She might be able to, and that might take some really extreme teaching, but we were talking like, oh, cats and dogs don't use their feet the same way. Dogs mostly keep their feet on the ground. They don't use it a lot for playing, scratching, those type of things. They don't use their claws in those same ways. Whereas like cats, they roll around on their back and they pick objects up and they play with things and stuff like that. So it's a different set of mechanics that they have set up for themselves as far as their paws go. It was kind of fascinating, kind of interesting to think about a little bit. We all develop unique little ways to do things. My dog Ty used to hold his bones with his paws while he chewed on them. Yeah, Sora does too. I think the difference though is like she holds it down, whereas a cat will pick things up and bring it up to their mouths, or like that. Like Patch will reach out and try to grab food from the kids or whatever like that when they're playing with him or messing with him, kind of stuff, kind of tempting him with whatever it is they have on their plates. Essentially my kids are being dicks to him. Anyways, dogs will do most of their stuff with their mouth. So if you play with the dog, whatever, they don't play with their feet, they play with their mouth. They grab it, they tear at it, they shake, they do all that stuff. So their main way of interacting with the world is through that, right? Through their mouth, through their teeth, through all of those things. Where a cat is not that much. They don't mind interacting. They bite things and stuff like that, but claws, stuff like that, they play with their hands and their feet way more than dogs do. It feels like to me. This is all anecdotal stuff, so I don't know. Okay, saving my work real quick. All right, so we've got 1 minute until our first break. And once we do our break here, and once we come back, then we will start talking about the title of book number 3. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. Like I said, we'll do this in the second hour here, and then we'll work on some, probably work on the cover a little bit more, trying to get that rounded out and finished up, and moving some stuff around and doing some other work along those lines. So, like I said, beginning part, a little bit of filler, doing some of this other face stuff, but we'll get to the main event here very shortly. So let's swap over to our assistant cam. Oh, there's feet there. We're missing dog though. There, that should be better. So we'll pause here for the moment, and then we will be back after break. Wow, that was fast. Okay, I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I will be right back. Yeah, welcome to Only Pause. That's funny. Welcome back to Only Pause. It's all pause all the time. It's paw on paw action. So many paws you won't know what to do with yourself. They're paws for days. It's paw-tacular. We just keep going. It's positively amazing. I had to stretch for that one a little bit. We did have, let's check on the outside real quick. We had a covey of quail come through this morning when I was setting up the cameras, and they just happened to be running across the deck when I started up my programs this morning, and I was like, oh my god, so cute. That's a quail running around out there. I love the little quails around here. We got a nice gloomy day out there. We're getting ready for our next weather to come through the area, so It's slowly starting to build. Probably won't get anything until later this evening. But yeah, the next few days afterwards, all the way until I think Monday, we were supposed to be getting some weather, so a little gloom, a little doom and gloom out there right now. But that's okay. Maybe we'll get some rain on our first day of 2026 to kind of wash away, clean up the world a little bit, give it a little fresh sprucing up. Maybe that's what we'll get. Maybe some white snow. We'll see. Oh, you can see some people walking on the ridge over across on the other side. There's a whole bunch of people over there. That's a pretty big group. What the hell are they doing? I don't think I've ever seen that many people on a walk over there all together. Look, there's a whole nother group of them coming behind them. So between where I live in this area, we live up on the side of a mountain, essentially. And between the little housing tracks, we actually have to, or they put together, I don't say creeks, streams. I think part of the stuff was already here. I think the mountain naturally sheds its water from the snow and the melt and everything else like that, the rain, down through these little naturally formed gullies, right? So the houses are actually built up on the top of the ridges, and then so we have a gully between us and the next little development across the way there. So we won't ever have any neighbors behind us, which is nice. But it's always interesting because we can see like things that are happening on the other side of the gully, but it's pretty far away to see everything. Fun little place to live. Let's see. Oh, back to doggo. Still sleeping. That's okay. Oh, music change. All right, perfect. All right. Are we ready for the main event? We're ready to do this today? We're ready to reveal the title for the next book. Let's go ahead and switch over to our cover. So for anybody who didn't see this, I think it was last week. We worked on this last week, Sunny. Got a lot of it pretty much put together. I guess I set it up so that we can reveal some of the stuff that we worked on. You can kind of see the back pages here, or the back of the book. But this is the main front page, front cover of the book. So I thought I would take off the images for now, and we'll put them back on, and then we'll put the title on right after that. So, but yeah, this is the colors that we picked out. We kind of played with these for a while, trying to get them feeling like we wanted to make sure that we had like a green background for this book. So we have an orange book, we have a blue book, we have a green book, kind of continuing along our lines of our colors, fun colors. And then we I can't remember, because we were thinking about there's some flowers in this book, and some of them have a pinkish color, so we kind of chose the pinkish color for the main title of the series. Some of these other colors as well. Yeah. Let me show you. Uh-oh. There it goes. Wow, did not want to open my folders. We can show example of what book cover number 2 looks like. Here we go. Here's the front cover. It's got our little stitching and stuff. There's our main color, yellow here with the blue, dark blue on that. Our little main character here. I'm just going to leave that up. I'll bring up number 1 as well, just to show y'all so you have an idea of what they all look like. Let's bring this up to 60% because that fits perfectly in our little window here, especially for our social media that I'll probably use this for. Here's the front cover. Get rid of these guidelines for the moment. Same thing, little stitching, main colors for the book here, blue and orange. That orange translates over to our back. Character. All these little elements similar between book 1, similar between book 2. And then when we get over to book 3, we have a little bit slight difference here. So let's go ahead and put our main character back onto the front here.
Bryce Austin pet the assistant.
Hey, thank you, Bryce. Thank you for petting our assistant. She's over hanging out right here on the floor. She's just being a sleepy dog. She's doing her job. But yeah, this is what we've got for our cover here, and as you can tell, a little bit different from our first character, because as we were working on our little pre-setup here before diving into our reveal, our main character was a kitten in this stage of our books, book 1 and book 2, and his fur was a little bit lighter. He was a little guy with a little light black fur. So as we reach over into book number 3, he's a little bit bigger now. You can tell by even on our back cover here, he's not the same size anymore. He's grown a little bit. Some of his features are a little bit bigger as well, so he doesn't have as much of the great big eyes compared to his features. His paws aren't as big as they were because he's a much bigger cat. So some of his other features that I've changed, the line work around him is a little bit smaller because he's kind of getting away from that like chunky kitten version. Moved some of those things, made it little ears. He's got way more hair, so the little triangles over his ears are a little bit smaller. But yeah, little subtle differences and changes right here from our first and second book to our third book here. So this is what we've been working on stream the past week and a half. Sunny definitely helped put together some suggestions for some of these things, which definitely helped out, so thank you, Sunny. And he fills more of the box. Yes, he does fill more of the box. That is exactly right. An example of that would be if we go to book 1, we can actually look at him. He's very small in this book. May have under exaggerated that just a little bit, but that's okay. But yeah, much bigger. So by the time Buttons was older, and you can see part of it in our little video, Christmas video that we have here. Let me see if I can stop this right where we need it to be. By this time of his stage of his life, he was a big cat. Like when we got him, he was tiny, but even compared when we finally brought Patch into the house, and once they both got full grown, he was still a big cat. He was a big Black Panther. Like it was pretty crazy, the size difference between him. He definitely wasn't one of those internet cats that you see where people have them like laying on their chest and it just absorbs their entire body and you're like, holy shit, that's a big cat. But he was a big guy. He was a big black cat. So definitely wanted to put that through on the book here. So definitely have those. But yeah, I think we're ready. I have to figure out which one. It's this one. Let's go ahead and type this out. I have to remember exactly how I spelled it too, though. Okay, there we go. Buttons and the box party surprise. And we're gonna have to extend this a little bit to make it all fit, but so buttons and the box party surprise. So we need to go here. There we go. We don't have to do any fancy, like the last book we had to do on number 2, when we did the words buttons. It has to have this funky little apostrophe above it because this was his adventure, Buttons Backyard Treasure Hunt. So it was him taking claim over what was happening in that story. This is, his name is Buttons. With the S on it, so we're just saying his name and the box party surprise. So we don't have any other special marks that we need to put on this one. So, but yeah, that's what our story is going to be. And for those of you who have been watching the stream, you have a really good idea of what our story is going to be because we've been working on those pages. So hopefully this all makes tons of sense now. Does it make sense now, Sonny? Does the title fit for what we're doing? Because when you gave me suggestions on what to do with our cover here, I was like, oh shit, this works really good with the title I have planned out. So, and a lot of mixing between book 1 and these other books too. So, and it's also a good way to get a book out there that has I Heart Adopted Animals on it, so help promoting adopted animals. Lots of good suggestions that are a good idea that you came up with that has lots of play in a lot of different ways. So it was a good one, Sonny. You get mad credit for that. Oh, I missed the title? Oh, it's okay. It is Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. So we're kind of giving an idea or hint in a couple different places of what this book is going to be about. Ooh, I like it. Yay! Good. I thought so. No, like I was saying, the suggestions that you made about for the cover and stuff here, in the back of my head, I knew what the title was going to be, and I was like, oh shit, that fits. That actually fits really, really well. So that's why I was excited when we worked on that last week and kind of got that put together. So yeah, I thought it worked pretty good. It works good with what our story is about and what happens and stuff like that. There's a little subterfuge in this, like you can get the idea of this cats like boxes. So, okay, this makes sense. This is about a cat that likes to play in boxes. But yeah, and then we throw a little twist in there at the halfway mark of our book. So I think it works out pretty good. But there it is. There's our reveal for the title here. There's the reveal for our cover, our front cover. If I do make any changes to this, it may be minor, small changes. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, we're pretty set here at the moment. We can go through and start working on the rest of this getting the title put in on the spine here. We can get the title put in over here on this back page. I still haven't written out the caption for the breakdown of the story yet. I gotta do that at some point. But yeah, we did it. We got here right before 2026. Perfect timing. Okay, let's do... Which page? There it is, spine. May have to change the size of some of this. Buttons. And the box. Pretty. S-U-R-P-R-I-S-E. Surprise. I'm trying to be very deliberate because I don't want to mess up and have it written several different ways. So I'm trying to make sure and be very intentional and specific on typing it out so that it's correct. Okay, so that one should be good. Now we got to go to the back. Oop, I'm gonna sneeze. I'll be right back. Did not have time to mute myself. Sorry about that. I did run away though. So I was able to do that at the very least. Okay. Let's get this one put in. UTTON buttons. And I want to make sure to capitalize that, even though it's all capitalized. The box party SURPRISE. Surprise. Bam. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have that, that actually gives us the option to go and finish a couple of the other pages. Maybe a couple, at least one of the other pages. This one, our title page. This is the first page in the book before you make it to actual illustrations. So, TON buttons and the box party prize. SURPRISE. Okay. Okay, don't want to do that. I want to select it all. Okay, so that's still centered. So that should be good. It is not centered though. There we go. Now that's centered. Yay, this means we can actually update when we do our update on Friday, we can actually put this page as finished, essentially. Because that was the main thing that we're missing, was the title for the book. So let's go ahead and get this one exported out to our files. Export, place. Perfect. Make sure that that's good. That one goes there. I don't think I have anywhere else that the title needs to go. Those were our main points there. I do need to get the box, the little in-between page done. But yeah, there we go. Buttons in the box party surprise. We'll put it down to 60% just in case. Get rid of our guides. We'll even do a trim view. Maybe we should do a trim view on the front book too. Don't need number 2. Don't need number 1 anymore. Let's save that. 10. There we go. Trim. There. Now we can look at it in all its glory. All right, and that's it. We're shipping it out to print. No, I'm joking about that. Still got lots to do. Lots of things to play with and mess with. But yeah, I'm gonna leave these 2 up on here just in case anybody else comes through and is looking to see the cover reveal and the title reveal at all. I can bring it up for them. But that was the main event. That was the main thing I wanted to do today. Well, hopefully I'll be able to take it and build a video out of it for tomorrow to post. So it's kind of a split thing where we were revealing the title and the cover today on stream. Some of you have seen part of the, if not all of the cover and stuff before this because we've been working on it. But to put it then into a mini blog video and put that on Thursday on the new year, it's kind of like, it was a cool idea for me because it's like I get to celebrate the last day of the year by revealing it, but then I get to put it out on the first day of the year as well for everybody onto the social medias and stuff like that. So it's like I got to dual end both of that a little bit, which is kind of cool. Okay, so last thing we need to decide for the secret page here, which symbol we're going to put on. So we've gone through and done a little QA here in chat before about which one of these versions of these mini like logos that we liked, and I went through and I made some changes. So we're back to these 5 currently, and I kind of have to figure out which one I think is going to work the best. I kind of like this last one that I put together over here, the little box. Kind of a cool idea. Gives it a little personality, a little different variation on the color and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. Let me bring up the ones from the other books too, just as an a. There it is. This one had the little crystal on it. This was based off of the treasure hunt buttons went on and the treasure that he did not think was treasure. Little diamonds. And then this one is down here. The thing is, like, they're supposed to be super simple. They're not supposed to be crazy. This one's a little button because our first book is about buttons and how he got his name. So as much as I love this version of the box here, it's almost got too many colors on it. It stands out way too much comparatively. Yeah, some of these seem too complex. Like one of these might be better. Or I could even just take off. I could literally just cut off the arms of these. Don't like the arms up on this. But I could just do something as simple as that. Grab this color. Oops, that's way too far. I mean, I could put the little arrows on it, but I just don't think that's gonna work the way I want it to. Putting symbolage on it is not gonna do what I want. The idea is to work within a square like this. So like this one's fun, but I think I would almost put it on top of. I just love the way that one looks though. But it just doesn't. It's not gonna roll. Dang it. Poop nuggets. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with one of these other simpler ones. I think these two are way too complex. This one's kind of fun just because it is that simple square with a couple different colors on it, but it's not too crazy. Okay, so those two are the same color. Made that lighter. I wonder if I made that darker. Oops. Sadly, I have to get rid of that one. I think I need to get rid of this one. It just doesn't work. So I think we're down to these three, and two of them are almost identical to each other. I think this looks too much like a house. I like this one, but I think it looks too much like a house. Yeah, dang it. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah, I think it's gotta be that one. What's up, Sora? You need to go outside? Okay, give me a second. I'll let you outside. Okay, save that real quick. I do have to let the dog outside, so let's swap over. She's not at her camp, but we can check we'll put her on the outside, and then I'll let her out, y'all can see her go out. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, doggo has successfully entered the wild outdoors. There's all kinds of doves up in the tree right there. That's funny. I didn't see those when I was let her out. Usually they're pretty skittish too, so I'm actually surprised that they're sitting up there just chilling. Cute. We'll check on Sora here in a little bit when we go to our next break. Okay, is there anything we can do to enhance this a little bit? I don't think so. I do have to find a location for it though. So book 2 had it kind of over on the right hand side. 1 had it over on the left hand side, kind of lower. Do I got a good position with it on the third one? Kind of upper. It's definitely small. Maybe I should put it in the middle. Let's put it in the middle. Let's put it down the middle. Yeah, somewhere right there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Been pining over this for a while now, so been trying to figure it out, worried about it. I think that'll work though. Cool. That will be a good... That'll be really good because that one's done. Page 1, export that. That's one of the 3 last ones I needed to save over top of. Yeah, perfect. Because that was, so what I do is I copy and paste the layouts in my files from like book 1 to 2, and then I save everything over top of everything from any of the new stuff on top of the old ones. This way the layout or how I have it set up and organized all stays the same, and it also tells me which pages are not completed yet or haven't been exported out quite yet. So if I'm looking and I'm seeing blue pages still from book 2, then I know that those have not been exported yet. So so that was, I have the only 2 that I have left. Like I said, there's still small adjustments to do on the cover a little bit. That's the one that doesn't. Okay. Yeah, the cover is the main one that needs to have get finished and adjusted in order to get everything wrapped pretty close. But cool. Yeah, that'll work with that one. And this is just kind of a faux starter page based off of where the printing has to happen for the book to start in the right place. So if I don't have this, I technically didn't need this extra page in my layout for the book, but because Ingram Spark has a page that they put at the end where they do a piece of printing, I did need to have it. I did need to put it in so that I could make sure that my story ended up correctly laid out. Oops, that is not what I wanted that to do. This to go here, because this is page number 2. Bed. Here we go. Sweet. There we go. Then we've got all those pages. We just got to get the cover worked out. And we're pretty darn close. So spoilers if you don't want to know what's going to happen with the story. This is the full layout of all the pages in the story. We've been working on these over the past months here. If you'd like to go and see some of that process or to check out the whole story before it's available, it is out there on several of our other videos that I've posted. You can find those all archived on the Tahoe Anime YouTube channel. Some of them are maybe available on Twitch still, but because of the way, I think it's like 30 days that they get to stay on our list, and then they start deleting them because they have to save space, which makes sense. But yeah, got our story. Got that done. We do want to save that. Yes. We got this one changed out. I'm going to double check to make sure that that did get saved correctly. Yes. Buttons in the box party surprise. We are going to save that just in case. And there's our cover. We're back to our cover for the day. Is Sora wanting to come back in, Patch? Is that what's going on? Okay, Doggo wants to come back inside now. I think she's done being out there, so I'm going to go let her in. So I'll be right back again. All right, made it back. Doggo has successfully made it back inside and curled up in her little spot on the couch. So we did it, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. Okay. I do have some writing to do on this. I think move some of that around. Got a couple micro adjustments to do here. Pause are not in the right spot. go. Make that a little bit darker. Don't want to make it too dark though. Let's save that out. Paste. Paste. Okay, there we go. Now we can go through and do my small, hopefully little adjustments here. Ooh. Okay, that should work. Sometimes when I get way into the weeds looking at these small details, I have to remember at this micro scale, a lot of times it doesn't really matter. The printing that's going to happen with it is never going to be able to print that itty bitty. I think, how close were we? We were 6,000% zoomed in. Like, it's not, and I needed to go in that far just to be able to make that adjustment. So some of the micro details are not going to show up. So okay, so got those adjusted. Move the arms like I wanted. Face is good. It's looking at us. Debating whether or not to round off these corners down here a little bit, just for shits and giggles. 5. Yeah, I like that better. I could do these outside edges too. Don't know if that's worth it though. Nah, I don't think so. We'll leave a little bit of the personality for that. That's fine. Don't want to move him up. The only way I can move him up a little bit is if I move a bunch of the other stuff down. We don't need the stitches. We just need him and all of his stuff to go down. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted a little bit of his, try triangle to pop out a little bit more, because it was definitely not showing there for a second. It's a little off from that, that's fine. Let's go down just a little bit here. There we go. This way his tail is completely unsubmerged there. Still have that popping out a little bit. Could technically move it up artificially a little bit. I'll move the box so the hands are a little off now. That's right. There we go. Got the hands fixed now. Like I said, lots of micro adjustments sometimes. Let's see, book 1. That's the wrong. Why did I open up that one? There we go. There's one. Eyes open, looking at us. Same face. Might have to change the face around a little bit. Always want to do something a little bit different each time. Yeah, this is the one where he's got the super happy eyes. I might want to change his facial expression a little bit here. We've got lots of eyes here. Doesn't need to be no sleepy. We could put the little sparkles in his eyes. That might be a good one. We could try it. See what happens. So as long as we line up the nose. Everything else should line up. Pretty close. So the cover, I like to make sure and do an extra pass on and make sure that it's really, it looks really good. It's like all of the, you saw me going, 6,000 zoom in to make sure that one little piece is cleaned up. I try to make sure that the cover is nice and tight and looks really good and stuff like that. And all of my elements are in the right place and nothing is doing crazy stuff here. So try to make sure. I don't mind those eyes, but we already have the sparkles kind of around him. Let's see if there are any other ones that we have that would work good. Those are eyebrows. Nope. Those are normal. We can even change out the mouth if we wanted to. I don't think that works. Nope. Nope, don't like that one. Nope, that's not the one. Just put the normal eyes on there for now. one. We could make him like questioning it. Like, what? Surprise. Like, is he aware that he's in the middle of a surprise thing? So now we have the ability to change some stuff out. Okay, cool. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that works with those eyes. Like, he's questioning it, but he's starstruck by it? Definitely not the mouth for that. Never know. Never know until you try. I feel like I've backed myself into a little conundrum here. I kind of like that we're semi-repeating what we did on the first one. But is it too similar is the problem. That's what I'm struggling with right now. So this is what the first book looks like. This is what the second one, the third one would look like. I think maybe you're right, Sonny. Maybe it does need to be similar enough because you're right. We are changing the character, or showing that the character has grown, is bigger. So maybe it does need to be closer to being more similar to the first cover, rather than less, because we are partially referencing that fact. So I think we might be pretty close on that. Might have to sit on it overnight and see what I feel like. Save your work. Oh yeah, thank you.
Says save your work.
Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. Thank you, assistant, for you are all my assistants in this process. So I appreciate that. Okay, so I want to change a little bit of this. Let's go there. 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 There we go. Something like that. I have to mess with that a little bit more, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, something close to that. I do like the curve, but I want a little bit. See if we can get this in before we go on our next break. Let's put that back. Our last break, actually. Don't forget, today is a shorter stream day. Let's do... I'm gonna drop this a little bit more. I think 70%. Nope, let's go more. Let's go down to 60% opacity. I want the shadow to be there, but I don't want it to be as prominent. So the idea is that there are some elements that stay inside of the stitching, and there are some elements that can come out of the stitching sometimes. It just depends. We'll go ahead and save that again here. Go ahead and drop that to 60% on our... All right, we are 20 seconds away from our last ad break here. So let's switch over to our assistant cam. Y'all can hang out with Sora and watch her nap. That is her assistant duties. She's very good at it. But once we get done with those ads, we'll come back. We'll wrap up our stream, and then we'll go from there and see what else is gonna happen. So stick around. I'll be right back. Assistant has left us. She has left us in the dust. I think she's trying to go back and hide in the back bedroom. But she doesn't know. I've got the door closed. So she's gonna be mad at me now. Oh, yep, I can see the weather coming. The weather is on its way. Big stretches. Okay. Okay. I was
Sunny
doing
underscore Ruth says big stretch.
I was doing doing a few up downs. Did a couple things. Basically, I gotta do tried to do some in between during these breaks and stuff like that so that I can work on my back again. Every once in a while I get a little pinch in there. It's part of the reason why I'm here doing this is injury working back in the day, but try to do stretches so that I can get things loosened up and working correctly. Don't look at me like that, Sora. I know you want to go to the back bedroom, but I say no. Oh man, she's pissed at me. Holy crap. She's like, excuse me, that is my den. I want to go lay on my bed, the big bed. I'm going to stare at you and glare at you until you let me go. Yikes. And then there's Patch in the background. You're going to squeeze in right there? All right. That's where she wants to be. I'll have to move the camera around again a little bit. She gave up. She's being very, very angry at me at the moment. I'll let y'all be the judge. Is this face mad at me? She's just like mad, staring me down right now. She's like, son of a bitch, let me into the back bedroom, please. Where I want to be. Alright, peoples. We did it. We did a stream. We did a reveal of our cover here that we've been working on. Made some adjustments to it. We revealed the title of our next book, which is going to be the Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. So, yes, that is the face of disappointment. It really, really is. Like, she is very unsatisfied with the current conditions that she's been forced to lay on this floor out here. Which she doesn't have to lay on the floor. She has her perfectly good bed. She also has that blanket on the couch. She's just choosing. She's like, dude, I just want to get away from you for 5 minutes. I'm like, you were just outside. It's okay. It's all fun and games. It's all fun. But yeah, we did the things today. We are getting closer and closer and closer to getting book 3 wrapped. Down to the point where there's some of the little things that I need to do or that are bugging me that sometimes you just have to be like, okay, no, it's good, it's done, I don't need to make any more adjustments on things. Like, it gets to the point where you just have to choose to be done in certain respects. But yeah, we're getting there. Like I talked about last week, the next part of the publishing phase of this is finalizing all of the pages, getting PDFs exported out, both the cover and the pages. Each one has to be separately saved out. So the PDF for the pages, that's pages 1 through 32 all in one packet. And then the cover gets its own PDF just by itself. Each of those has their own size and conditions that they have to be exported in order to be uploaded to Ingram Spark. So that's our next phase of our journey, is getting that together. The other part of it is getting ISBNs and barcodes together. So like for our cover here, this is the front, this is the back, our little blank white box here. There's a barcode that needs to go in there. It looks kind of like this one. This is the one from book number, if I can read this ISBN. I don't remember which one. That's either from book 2 or 3, book 1 or 2. Just as an example right now, but each time that you make a new version of a book, whether it be book 3 or even a different version of the books that you already have. So if I wanted to take this hardcover book and turn it into a paperback, it would need its own ISBN. It's completely different than the one for the hardcover, and it would have to have its own brand new barcode as well. So something to think about if you ever get into the publishing world and get to this phase of stuff is I currently just do one version of my books at this moment in time. I don't have ebooks. I don't have paperbacks. I'm thinking about doing paperbacks at some point here, but just the hardcovers is what I've got going on. So one ISBN, one barcode per book right now. There are some changes that I'm going to have to make in the coming 2026 year. Some of the price changes that they are making at the printer and distributor, those prices are going to go up, and so unfortunately I will have to change the price of my books in order to make up for those costs. So poopy, I have to kind of push past some of those on to all of y'all, because I think I discussed this before. Currently, if I sell a book on Amazon or anywhere else, I make about 34 cents per book. And then after the new price changes go through, I will be making 4 cents, 3 cents. It's somewhere between 2 to 4 cents per book, which is pretty drastic. Like it was much more than that. Even just 2 years ago when I first did the first book, I was making way more than that. So it keeps getting cut in half, and I was able to absorb that cost last year and just be like, okay, cool, I'll take the half cut, that's fine. It's about getting the book out there more than how much we can sell each book for, and start building that rapport with people, and hopefully the story is fun and interesting for them to want to pick it up. But yeah, now I have to change the price because can't afford. There's also a possibility that if they do another one, then I will actually owe them money for each book that they produce. So I don't want to get into that, so I unfortunately have to make that change. So where can we order? Where you make the most money? So that's kind of a hard question. Not like super hard, but I know when Bishek asked this question, I told them on my website, I have a list on the Stitch Tales website. There's a list of all the different places that you can order from. There's actually even more places you can order from to get the book. And I kind of tried to do a little breakdown of which ones, how much I make from each one if you order from them. Basically, if you order from an online retailer, doesn't matter who it is, I will make that. Currently, I will make the 34 cents. Like I said, we're going to be changing that price. I think we're going to go from $17 to $18 next year. So we're going to increase by $1 so we can get back into the positive for what we need to do. So that will change what that number looks like for next year. But I will always, regardless, any type of internet online place, even if you go and request it at Barnes & Noble, if you go and request it at any of your local bookshops or anything like that, which you can do, I will be making whatever that minimum cost is, because that's the distributor is the one that's taking the biggest chunk out of that. So it's printer, distributor, and then retailer. And then once all of those are satisfied, then they pass on whatever's left to me, or whatever I have set up for myself. So technically the the best place to buy from in order to pass on the money to the artist or to the author in any doesn't matter who it is to buy from them directly. So if there are local events that I'm doing, like last year, I was making about $7 per book sold. So pretty drastic change from 34 cents. So, but I'm also handling all of the, I was putting money towards events and setup and other things like that too. So like it's the breakdown of what it costs and stuff like that is I could go through and do a very like detailed setup for it and break everything down. It gets tedious in my head. I'm like, it just kind of sucks to do that way. It may be necessary at some point, especially if I get into a higher volume. But that, if you want to know why businesses, companies, markets suck, that's why. It's because they get down to nitpicking the dollars and cents, because it makes over a big enough time gap and enough people, those dollars and cents make a big difference. So I don't really have a great answer for you besides buy from your authors locally in person. Other than that, I'm thinking about maybe offering to ship books to people. I haven't quite put all of that together yet. That one also feels very scary and very daunting, and requires another set of effort to put into packaging and shipping things and making sure they get to where they need to go, and dealing with issues and stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure yet. But we will have pre-orders once we get the date for it selected for the release. That will be available, and you can pre-order it just about anywhere. Ingram Spark is an international company, so you should be able to walk into any bookstore, and even any small bookstore, and I would be surprised if they don't use Ingram Spark for their main catalog, because that's been like the gold standard for distribution for ever and ever. But anyways, they should be able to request a copy for you, or pre-order a copy for you, or get one into their store once it is available. So that works for any of those things. The other thing you can do if you are interested in helping out a book project like this, or any type of local author that may be around you, is go to your local library. If you have a library card, generally they have a spot either on their website or talk to somebody at the location about requesting, to see if they have a way to request items be brought into their library. For my local library, we have on our webpage, we can request items that they'll look into and decide whether or not they want to put it on their shelves. That's how I did book number 1, which is currently in our library here in Reno. So stuff like that. All of those little things help along the way. But as soon as I get all of the other details kind of worked out and get the date selected and kind of figured out how that's all going to go, I will let you all know. So thanks for asking, Bryce. I appreciate that. I know this is a really long-winded answer to that question, but it's kind of a hard... I wish there was just an easy answer to be like, yeah, just go to Amazon. Not that easy. If this would have been about 5 years ago, I probably would have said, yeah, go to Amazon, purchase the book, leave a review. All of those things help be able to make it more visible for people, because as they see more people viewing the book and writing reviews for it, then they go, oh, cool, people might like this because there's obviously some interest in this, and then they start pushing it out to people a little bit more. So that's still the case in a lot of ways, but they've put a lot of pressure on authors, independent authors especially. So it's kind of hard to figure out where the best place is for all of these things. So I do have to say, as the one caveat, and I'll make this my last point, the local bookstore that I work with, Thistle and Nightshade, they were very kind to be able to host some events for me, especially for the release of my second book and stuff like that. But they have, what's the name of the website? Bookshop.org. I believe that's what it is. So bookshop.org does the same thing. They buy from Ingram Spark at that same price or whatever, but they also give parts of those proceeds back to the independent bookstores that they're set up with. So if you want to buy a book that I will still make the same amount of money from, but also help support local independent bookstores, especially through their website, thistleandnightshade.com, then some of that money will get sent back to them as well. So it helps a lot of the community in keeping them going, so that then they can take on more local authors and independent authors and stuff like that. So I would suggest that one above the other ones. And if you have a local bookstore that has a book, God, and I gotta look what it is. Live shows. Bookshop.org. If you have a local bookshop that has an account through bookshop.org, you can also order it through them, so that part of the proceeds go to that shop as well. So that would be my recommendation across that spectrum. But yeah, other than that, local events and sticking around to see what else I have planned and come up with in my crazy brain for how to get books out to people. So that's what I got for y'all. But thank you all. Thank you for coming by, Bryce. Thank you for hanging out with me for the whole time, Sonny. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, B-Shek, for jumping in for a few minutes there. It was fun. It was good being able to finally get I've been dancing around the title, oh my God, for months now. And I've desperately been wanting to tell you, Sonny, what it is, because I felt like it makes sense with a lot of the stuff that I've been doing in the pages and everything like that. So it's like I kind of was like, I really want to get this out there because I want people to know why all of these things connect really, really well with what we've got going on. So it was cool. I'm glad we got to do it on our last day of 2025. So that's exciting. So appreciate y'all for coming by and hanging out. Bryce, don't forget you going to message me about maybe a meeting tomorrow. I do have another meeting in the morning time with our good friend Sage. I'm not quite sure 100% what that one's about, but maybe some cool things coming from that. Maybe some cool things coming from Bryce. Just depends. We'll see. But yeah, we'll get it all figured out. I will be back on Friday for a full 3-hour stream. It'll be our first one of 2026, and we will be one step closer to getting ready to release our third book, Into the Wild. So definitely come back, say hi, stick around and chat. If you have any suggestions on things we can add to our stream here, any of the rewards that we need to do, any kind of our power up stuff, please feel free to leave us a suggestion. We do have the suggestion box here, or just type it in chat and let me know at some point. But yeah, I will see you all next year. Thank you for that one, Sunny. I appreciate it. Bye, everybody. Oh, yeah, by the way, don't do anything too crazy tonight. I want to see you all on Friday, so make sure you stick around and don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which I don't do jack and shit, so. Oh, also, one last thing before we leave. We will be doing a Mario Party stream tonight. I don't know if it'll be on this channel or one of... it's either going to be on the Twitch, the fam channel, or Jerf's channel. Probably the fam channel. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll let y'all know. I'm not sure how we'll put it up in different places, but we'll let y'all know what's going on. It's gonna be a long 30 game Mario Party. So we did it last year. It was fun. I have a title to defend. Yeah. All right. Have a good day. Have a good evening. And like Sunny said, I'll see y'all next year. Bye, everybody.